Good afternoon, class. Today is another session of mathematics, HTML, and foundation class. So today we'll be treating binary operations. So what are binary operations? So from the word binary, what is binary operation? Binary means binary means two. So when we talk about binary, when you say binary numbers in number basis, it means numbers in base two. So word binary means two. Now binary operation simply means an operation that takes two numbers to give one result. An operation that combines two numbers to give one result. So if this A and B, the binary operation between A and B, if they combine to give one result, C, it means the operation that made this A and B become C is a binary number. So I will explain. For example, we have a binary operation, is a binary operation rather. So we have a binary operation A plus B. So A plus B, let me say A plus B gives me C, plus or addition is a binary operation. So now what are binary operation in mathematics? Binary operation includes multiplication, subtraction, division, addition. Why? Because they can combine two numbers to produce an entirely different number. So if I say 2 plus 3, it's going to give me 5. So this plus here, this addition sign is a binary operation because it combines this and this to give this. That is binary operation. So in binary operation, there are some rules that we follow. For example, there is the closure, and then binary operation does not only end with addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Binary operation can be you can create different binary operations. You get so an examiner can say, for example, so when we are creating a binary operation, we use asterisk to represent it. So now the examiner might decide that the binary operation of A plus B will give me A, B divided by A minus B. So now this is the examiner defining the binary operation asterisk. So this is an unknown binary operation, which is different from the usual binary operation we use in everyday mathematics, being defined by the examiner. So now the examiner is saying A asterisk B is a binary operation that defines both A and B to yield the results A multiplied by B divided by A minus B. So one thing you have in mind is anytime you see a binary operation question, just know that you are given two numbers to yield a result. You are given two numbers to yield a result. So you can say A plus B plus C. So now this is A plus B. This is the binary operation, then plus C, another binary operation. So it does not just end on, like, you cannot just do A. You can also have A times B times C, and then it can be defined as an operation. So this is the first two numbers. This is an operation, a binary operation, and this is also a binary operation. So in a question, you can have two binary, or in an expression, you can have two binary operations. Binary operation one, binary operation two. So once again, binary operation is simply bringing two numbers, a law or a rule that combines two numbers to give one result. So in this example I used here, A asterisk B combines two numbers A and B to give AB divided by A minus B. So that is about binary operation. So when you are given questions, you always be given the binary operation rule. And so when you have the rule, you can work with the rule and you can simplify using your normal mathematics. All right, so we'll be taking working examples from here. From your Unilag post-UTME questions, post-UTME past question, page 104, question 44. Page 104, question 44. Page 104, question 44. Unilag post-UTME past question. All right, so this is what it looks like. This is the Unilag post-UTME past question that you can use to practice pending the time of the exams. Question 44. It says a binary operation is defined as A asterisk Y. So the asterisk there is the binary operation in the question. A binary operation is defined as A asterisk. Is that A in the question? Sorry, X asterisk Y. Is defined as X asterisk Y is equal to XY plus Y. A asterisk Y is equal to XY plus Y. So now this is the binary operation. So the definition of this binary operation is that when you take any two numbers using this binary operation, the result it should give you is the product of X and Y plus Y. The product of X and Y plus Y. So now the question says the value of 3 asterisk 4 and asterisk 5 will be. So then the question is saying what will be the value of 3, the binary operation of 5, and then the binary operation of the binary operation of 4, and then altogether the binary operation of 5. So the first thing we have to do is, like I said, a binary expression can have two different operations. So now in this question, we have two binary operations, 1 and 2. So now what we have to do is we have to work on the first one in this bracket. So now according to the binary operation rule, it says when we have X asterisk Y, we are going to have 3 times 4, which is X times Y, plus the value of Y here, which is 4. So now if I get this, if I multiply 3 times 4, this is 12 plus 4 equals 16. So I have these 3 binary or 3 operation 4 as 16. So this 3 operation 4 becomes 16. So now I can do 16 operation 5. So this is 16 operation 5. All right. So now using the same rule, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the same thing for. So here I'll have 16 operation 5. So what do I do? 16 times 5 plus what is the value of Y? So 16 times 5 plus 5, following the rule, X times Y plus Y. So now 16 times 5 plus Y. 16 times 5 is, you multiply 16 times 5, you have 80 plus 5, which is 85. So if you use this binary operation here to do 3 operation 4, operation 5, you should get 85, which in the question is option. Okay, so there is no correct option in the question. So the answer should be 85. So let's go over it again. Maybe we made a mistake somewhere. So this is 3 operation 4 is xy plus y. So what is the value of x? X is 3 multiplied by y, which is 4. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 4, 16. So this gives me the first value as 16. So now moving on to 16 operation 5. 16 times 5, 80 plus 5, 85. So the correct answer is 85. All right. So let's pick
Sorry,
another
sir.
question.
Excuse me, sir. If you are
Yes.
to check the
Okay.
solution at the back, you see that in the question, they made a mistake when they were writing the representation. It's x asterisk y equals to
Okay.
xy minus x plus y. That's why we got 85. What you solved is correct, but they made a mistake in writing the.
Okay. So, okay.
Okay.
Thank you for that. So you said it is xy plus
xy minus x plus y. X
minus
plus
x
y,
plus y
yes,
this way, right?
yes.
All right. Thank you for that.
No problem,
Thank
sir.
you for that observation. So we'll go over it again. So here is the, so we can take that as another example. All right. We've done this. So let's work on this. Xy minus x plus y. So now this two, the operation of this gives this value xy minus x plus y. So this is the rule of this question. So now let's do 3 operation 4 operation 5. So let's go over it. So I'll have 3 times 4 minus 3 plus 4, following this new rule. All right, so 3 times 4 is 12, minus 3 plus 4 is 7. which is 5. So I have 12 minus 7, 5. So now I can do 5 operation 5. All right, I'll work on 5 operation 5 from this end. So the operation rule is 5 multiplied by 5, that's x times y minus x plus y. All right, so 5 times 5 is 25 minus 5 plus 5, 10, which is 15. All right, so I believe this should be an option in the question. So it is also not there. I don't know what is going on. But anyways, we already get the idea of how to work with binary operations. So I believe there's a typographical error in the question, but when you see questions like this is how you should go about it. All right, so we'll be picking another question from the foundation past question.
So I've seen the mistake.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
So the thing was that there was no bracket. I'm so sorry for not informing you about this earlier. There was no bracket. I was trying to find out what the problem is. There was no bracket. So when you have done the multiplication following BODMAS, the 3 times 4, 12, you now do 12 plus 4 minus 3. That'll give you 13. So it will be 16 minus 3, that's 13. There was no bracket in the
Okay.
solution.
Okay, there's no bracket.
Yes, that's the
Okay.
only
So you
problem.
do 12 plus 4.
Yes, 12
Okay.
plus 4
12 plus
minus
4
3.
minus 3.
Yes,
Okay, I get it. So
yes.
it's still the same thing. It's still the same thing. So if you go through the same process, you get 13. And then when you do 13 operation 5, you
You
get
get
13 times 5, which is 65, right?
5 minus,
Plus 5,
yes, plus 5
plus
minus
5
13,
minus
that's
5.
57.
Minus, okay, yes. So 65 plus 5, which is 70,
Minus
minus
13,
13, which will give you
yes,
57.
7 years. Which
All
is
right,
option C.
that's correct.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome, sir.
All right. So yeah. So you can correct that. So let's pick another question. But then I believe you all get the idea behind binary operations. When you have questions like this, you know what to do next. All right. So from the Unilag Foundation past question, page 6, question 4, it says the binary operation is defined on the set of integers, x and y by xy is defined xy plus x plus y. So the binary operation, so I'm going to write out the binary operation xy plus x plus y. So I'm to find the value of 2 operation 3 operation 5. To find the value of 2 operation 3 operation 5. So here is the rule. I'm going to rewrite the rule here. It's defined by xy plus x plus y. So now I'm to find 2 operation 3 operation 5. So the first thing I have to do is I have to complete the 3 operation 5 in the bracket in the parentheses. So to do that, I'll say 3 operation 5 is equal to xy, which is 3 times 5, plus 3 plus 5. All right, so 3 times 5 is 15, plus 3 plus 5. So now when I add this up together, I'll have 15 plus 3, 18 plus 5, 23. So I have 3 operation 5 to be 23. Now you can see that we need the binary operation of these two numbers to yield one result. So that's the idea of binary operation. So now I'm getting 23. So now the next thing for me to do is to do 2 operation 23. 2 operation 23. All right, yeah. So you have 2 operation 23. So I can do 2 times 23 plus 2 plus 23. So 2 times 23, if I calculate it, I'm going to get 46 plus 2 plus 23. Now, if I add this together, this is going to give me 48 plus 23, 71. So if I add it together, 48 plus 23, I have 71. So the answer to this, to operation 3, operation 5 is 71. So you can pick the correct option in the question. So right now, I'm going to give you guys something to work with real quick. And then when you are done, you can unmute yourself and tell me the answers. So still on foundation pass question, you can see it on your screen. An exercise to work with. If you have questions before that, you can ask it and you can bring them up. You can unmute yourself and bring them up if you have any questions. So I think it should be, I believe it's question number 22 on the screen. Question number 23, 22 on the screen. So you can, when you're done, you can unmute yourself.
$72.5.
See,
All right. So I've someone said 72.5. All right. So I'm waiting to hear the answers of others so we can move on. So the question says the binary operation XY is defined by X operation Y defined by 3x squared plus x over y. 3x squared plus x over y. So now the question says, what will be the value of minus 5 operation 2? All right, so we're going to do 3, the x is 5, so this will be minus 5 squared plus minus 5 divided by 2. All right, so this will be minus 5 square will be 25, right? The square of minus 5 is 25 plus minus 2.5. If I divide minus 5 by 2, I'll have 2.5. So this will be 75 minus 2.5. So if you said 72.5, definitely you have the correct answer. So the answer is 72.5. I believe you guys have gotten the logic behind binary operations. So you just need to understand the rule of binary operation and then you can work on it. All right, so all right, so that's all about binary operations. I believe you guys already have this. So after the end of this class, we're going to send in more questions on binary operations so you guys can work with. So for now, we'll be moving to another topic, which is simple interest. Which simple interest is the topic under financial mathematics. So in financial mathematics, when we deal with interest, there is simple interest and there is compound interest. Now, what is the difference between simple interest and compound interest? Simple interest simply means you are getting a particular amount on your capital or on your principal for every specified period of time. You are getting an extra amount on your specified capital or your principal over a certain amount of time. So let me say I have 50,000 naira sitting in my bank that I'm not using, and then the bank decides to give me interest every month for that 50,000 naira sitting in my bank. That is simple interest. So for every 50,000 naira in my bank, and I'm not touching it, bank will be giving me 2% every month. So which means on month one, I'll collect 2% of 50,000 naira. On month two, I'll collect 50%, 2% of 50,000 naira. Month three, month four, till December, I'll keep collecting 2% of 50,000 naira. That's simple interest. So simple interest simply means I'm collecting a specified percentage of my capital or a specified percentage of my principal over a given period of time. So there is a formula for simple interest. Before that, I will explain compound interest. The difference between compound interest and simple interest. Compound interest is comes from the concept financial compounding. So financial compounding simply means I am stacking up the results of both my interest and my principal, and I'm getting another interest from it. I am stacking up or summing up the results or the sum of my principal and my interest, and I'm getting another interest from it. So what financial compounding look like is financial compounding is like a exponential curve. You're going to draw the graph of compound interest. It is going to look something like this. So it starts increasing little by little, then it spikes up. So this is the graph of compound interest. 50% of what you have in your bank. So if what I have in my bank today, I have 50,000 naira. At the end of the month, I get 10% of 50,000 naira. So the next month, I won't have 50,000 naira anymore. I have 55,000 naira. Year of compound interest. So simple and compound interest. That's the idea about simple and compound interest. So I have compound interest is simply I am I am calculating the interest based on what I have on my portfolio. I'm calculating the interest based on what I have on my portfolio. So where they use compound interest is in stocks. When you buy stocks, how they calculate your interest rate is by compound interest. So at the end of the year, if my 50,000 naira increases to 55,000 naira, the next year my principal would no more be 50,000 naira, but now become 55,000 naira. And then 10%, the 10% increase or the 10% interest rate will be calculated on this 55,000 naira. Then at the end of the year, it's going to be calculated on the subsequent amount. Then like that, like that. So now, what is the formula for simple interest? Simple interest formula, I believe everybody knows that it's PRT over 100. PRT over 100, where P stands for principal, R is for rate, T is for time, and I is the interest. So I is the interest you get on your principal at the end of a particular time. So the interest you are going to get after a period of time, let's say 5 years, if your rate is 2%, the total number of interest is what is I. So P is your principal or your capital, R is rate, T is time. So now for compound interest is how you calculate compound interest is firstly you have to calculate amount and then you subtract amount from the principal to get your interest. So how do you calculate amount? The amount for compound interest is principal multiplied by 1 minus rate divided by 100 all raised to power time. All right, principal times 1 minus r divided by 100 all raised, sorry, plus 1 plus r divided by 100 all raised to power time. So the T is the time, R is the rate, P is the principal, and this is going to give the amount. So now to calculate the interest of compound interest, you say I is equal to A minus P. So at the end of the particular year, your money is going to amount to this. So now let's take a quick example and see the difference between compound interest and simple interest. So we're going to use the same questions and you calculate the compound interest and you calculate the simple interest and you see the difference in the interest value between compound interest and simple interest. So if you are wondering what mathematics is useful for, mathematics is useful in all areas of life. You can use it in engineering, you can use it in economics, you can use it in accounting and all of that. All right, so question 16, the question says, if the simple interest on a sum of money invested at 3% per annum for 2.5 years is 123, find the principal. So the question says, if the simple interest on a sum of money invested at 3% per annum, so 3%, anywhere you see percentage, just know it is rate. Rate is calculated in percentage. T is time, which is mostly in years. So if you are given a month, you can convert it to years. So, all right, so the rate is 3% per annum, and the time is 2 years. 2.5 years is 2.5 years. All right, and then the interest is 123. And to find the principal, So remember from this formula, I is equal to PRT. I is equal to PRT. So I'm just going to write 123 is equal to P is what I'm looking for multiplied by R, which is 3 times 2.5 divided by 100. So here I can multiply both sides by 100 to get rid of this. So I'll have 123 times 100 is equal to P times 3 times 2.5 is 7.5. So here I'm going to divide through by 7.5 to get the value of P. And then whatever answer I get, you guys can do that on your end. Divide 12300 by 7.5. The answer you get is the answer to, I think you should get
1640.
1640. All right, so the answer, when you multiply this by 100 and you divide by 7.5, you have 1640. So which means the principal at the start of the transaction before the interest was applied is 1640. So after applying interest for 2.5 years, the interest is 123. So now let's just do the compound interest